Thinking about moving to San Jose? Let me warn you right now, this is not the city most people think they're moving to. Now on paper it sounds perfect. High-paying jobs, sunny weather, endless opportunity. But the reality, I've had countless conversations with people who move here. They look around 6 months later and they say the same thing. We had no idea it was going to be like this. And it's not because San Jose is bad, but because no one prepared them for what it's actually like to live here. The housing prices, the competition, the pace of life, the lifestyle shift that nobody warns you about. So today I'm going to give you the real, unfiltered truth about moving to San Jose. Not the Instagram version, not the Zillow description. We're talking what it actually costs to live here. Which neighborhoods fit your lifestyle and not just your budget, schools, traffic, commuting reality, and how to avoid the mistakes that cost people hundreds of thousands of dollars. And before we jump in, quick context. My wife and I both grew up here. We're raising our family here now, and for over 20 years, I've helped people buy and sell homes all across Silicon Valley. So this isn't just theory, this is lived experience. So let's start with the real reason people move here. Everyone moves here for the jobs. Tech giants, startups, engineering, biotech, AI, healthcare. The opportunity here is real and it's unmatched. But here's the mistake I see over and over again. People move to San Jose thinking their job will carry their happiness, and it won't. Because work here is intense. The expectations are high and the pace is fast. What keeps people sane here, what keeps them happy, is what they build outside of work. And this is where San Jose actually shines, if you know how to use it. Here's something I've seen firsthand. A couple relocated here from Chicago. The job was a huge step up. Big salary, stock options, but they didn't think through what they needed outside the job. No community, no outlet, no rhythm. And by month 8, they were fried. We ended up sitting at a coffee shop talking through a completely different plan because they'd never stopped to design their life here, just the resume part. And that's the thing that most relocation videos completely skip. San Jose is not a hangout downtown every night city. It's a launchpad city. And honestly, that's one of the things my wife Tam and I love about living here the most. Within a short drive, you've got the Santa Cruz Mountains for hiking and mountain biking. You've got the Bay Trails for running, walking, and sunsets that genuinely reset your brain. Santa Cruz beaches for weekend escapes, Napa for wine country getaways, Tahoe for skiing and snowboarding, and the summer lake life. Monterey and Carmel for coastal resets, and San Francisco when you want that big city energy. I mean, think about that for a second. On a Saturday morning, you can be on a ski lift in Tahoe. On Sunday, you can be sitting on a beach in Santa Cruz. Monday morning, you're back at your desk. Not many places in the country give you that kind of range. And when you add in the fact that we've got close to 300 days of sunshine a year, mild winters, and honestly some of the best weather in the entire country, it's kind of hard to beat. People who love living here, they use their weekends intentionally. And the people who struggle, they work, go home, repeat, and burn out. So if you're moving here, I always tell our clients this: schedule your fun before your calendar fills up. San Jose rewards people who design their life, not just their career. Let's talk about something that surprises almost everyone. San Jose's food scene is elite, and I don't mean just trendy Instagram elite, I mean legit, authentic, world-class food. You've got incredible pho and Vietnamese cuisine in Little Saigon, tacos that go toe-to-toe with Southern California. We got Indian, Korean, Filipino, Persian, Japanese, and Italian, all done right. We have fine dining that absolutely holds its own against San Francisco. And San Pedro Square downtown, that's a staple. And here's the warning I give every client. Once you live here, chain restaurants will never hit the same again. Food becomes part of your lifestyle here. It's not just an afterthought. And that connects to something deeper. San Jose is one of the most diverse cities in the entire country. But that stat on paper doesn't explain what it actually feels like to live here. You feel it when your grocery store carries food from 10 different cultures, when your kids' classrooms look like the world, when your neighbors celebrate different holidays and invite you in. From Lunar New Year celebrations downtown to Japantown festivals to Italian and Greek and cultural events throughout the year, you don't feel like you have to fit in. You already belong. And that's something people don't realize they value until they experience it firsthand. All right, let's address the elephant in the room. Let's talk about what it actually costs to live here, because this is the number one question I get, and honestly, it's where the most people are underprepared. San Jose is expensive. There's no sugarcoating it. As of right now, the median home price in San Jose is hovering around $1.6 million. And that's for a pretty average single-family home. If you're looking in neighborhoods like Willow Glen, Rose Garden, or Almaden Valley, you could easily be looking at $1.6 to $2 million and above. Even condos and townhomes in decent areas are running $600,000 to $1 million. And if you're renting, a 2-bedroom apartment in a good part of town is going to run you somewhere around $3,000 to $4,000 a month. But here's the thing, it's not just housing. Groceries run higher than the national average. Gas is consistently among the most expensive in the country. Childcare, dining out, all the other services, it just adds up so fast. And I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you because the people who thrive here, they move with a plan. They've mapped out their full cost of living, not just the mortgage. They understand what their take-home pay actually looks like after California taxes. And they've built a financial cushion so they're not stressed from day one. Now, the people who struggle, they see the salary, they get excited, and they don't run the full numbers. So please, before you commit to a move, sit down and really map it out. What does your monthly budget look like all in? Not just the house payment, but everything. Now, about halfway through here, I want to give you a little more context on who I am and why I care so much about this. My name is Kip, and I've been a licensed broker for over 20 years here in Silicon Valley. And besides being a top producing agent, I've sat on the ethics committee here for over 10 years, and I've also managed and grown an office for the #1 brokerage in the country, overseeing billions of dollars in sales. Now, my goal in making these videos is to share what I've learned and help you protect your #1 asset. And I genuinely love answering these questions, whether it's a first-time buyer trying to figure out San Jose or a family relocating from across the country. This is what motivates me, helping people avoid the mistakes I've seen cost others hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's what drives me. So let's talk about neighborhoods, because this is where mistakes get really expensive. People often start with this question: what's the cheapest house we can buy? And I get it, but that's the wrong question. The right question is, what lifestyle do we want to live? So let me give you a quick breakdown. Willow Glen and Rose Garden, charming, walkable. These are storybook streets. Picture mature trees, neighbors who wave, and sidewalks you can actually use. It feels like a community, not just a collection of houses. Families love it here, and so do young professionals who want the neighborhood feel without being stuck in the suburbs. Almaden Valley or Evergreen, you're looking at more space, quieter neighborhoods, and stronger school ratings. These are great if you want to stretch out a bit or prioritize family routines. You're a little further from the urban core, but that's by design. People here want that breathing room. Blossom Valley in North San Jose, good freeway access, more convenience, and real value compared to some of the pricier pockets. Now, these areas are especially appealing if you want a shorter commute or you're trying to keep costs manageable without sacrificing quality of life. And then you've got Campbell, Santa Clara, and Los Gatos. That sweet spot between urban energy and suburban calm. Lots of young professionals and established families, great restaurants, walkable downtowns, and strong community vibes. My biggest advice? Don't shop for the house first. Shop for the life you want to live. Now, that's what determines long-term happiness here. Now, even if you don't have kids, schools still matter, and here's why. School districts directly affect home values, buyer demand, and your resale potential. Districts with strong reputations tend to appreciate faster, sell quicker, and they hold their value better during real estate downturns. But here's the thing, test scores are only part of the story. A great agent will walk you through the real picture. Things like walkability to the school, how families actually rate the district in real life, little known boundary lines that can shift from year to year, and the patterns we see with buyer demand over time. Because when it's your turn to sell, those details, they matter a lot more than people realize. Now let's talk commute. San Jose is a driving city. Highways like 101, 280, and 85 can be absolutely brutal during rush hour. And yes, we've got public transportation like Caltrain and VTA, and it's getting a bit better, but most people, they are still driving. And here's what I always remind clients, your commute will impact your quality of life more than your kitchen remodel. I really believe that. That's why we always talk about your commute before we finalize location. A beautiful house isn't worth it if you're spending 2 hours a day grinding through the traffic here. Over the years, I've had several people living out of state ask about places like Scotts Valley or Santa Cruz. And I get it. When you look on a map, it doesn't seem that far away. But anybody who lives here knows that commuting through those mountains from Santa Cruz into the valley can be an absolute nightmare. What looks like a few miles on a map can easily turn into hours out of your day. And once those clients come out and experience it in person, they understand immediately, and they always shift their search closer to work. Now, in a competitive market like this, people get emotional. They fall in love with the staging, the paint colors, the countertops, and I get it. Those things look great, but a great agent helps you stay grounded. They walk you through inspections, the seller disclosures, structural concerns, and the red flags most buyers completely miss. They help you figure out what matters, what doesn't, and what could cost you later. And that clarity, it's absolutely priceless. And it's the difference between buying with confidence and buying on impulse. And here's something else that Zillow doesn't show you. Not every home actually hits the public market. Some of the best opportunities come through private agent networks, coming soon listings, and local connections. In just the past few months, I've helped several families get into homes before they were ever publicly listed, simply because we're plugged in and paying attention. In this market, access matters. It can be the difference between getting the house and watching someone else get it. And by the way, if you're selling a home before you make a move, I've got a free guide that walks you through the entire process step by step. It covers pricing strategy, preparation, timing, all of it. I'll drop the link in the description below, and it's completely free. And it's honestly one of the most popular things we put out. So look, buying or moving to San Jose takes strategy. It takes experience, and it takes honest guidance. Not a salesperson who just wants to close a deal. You need someone who's going to protect you, educate you, and negotiate for you. And they will help you make confident decisions. So if you're thinking about making a move, check us out online and see why so many clients trust us. Or reach out directly. We offer a free, no pressure consultation, and I genuinely enjoy these conversations. And if you're curious about how to price a home correctly, whether you're selling before a move or just want to understand the market better, I've got another video on my channel that breaks it all down. Go check that one out next. Now, San Jose is an incredible place to live and an amazing place to build a future. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.
Hey guys, for more content similar to this, smash that like and subscribe button and we'll see you next time.